am Captain Frank Lee English, and these are the voyages of the starship HMSS Imperialize. Our mission? To explore strange new worlds, to seek out new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Rousing stuff, Captain English, sir.
You really think so? I was afraid it would sound a little bit cliched. The last thing I'd want would be for anyone listening to think that was going to be representative of the quality of all our dialogue throughout this entire voyage.
Perhaps it's best not to heighten expectations too early on, boyo.
Yes, Jones. A healthy dose of self-deprecation should neutralize the mildly xenophobic nature of the mission we've been tasked with by Her Majesty, Queen of Great Britain and of the Commonwealth Realms.
Yeah, so long as we can avoid resorting to trite nationalistic jokes, we should be fine.
Yes, I absolutely agree, Sub-Lieutenant Jones. Well, I'm parched. Who's for tea? You stay here at the controls, Jones, while I navigate to the ship's kitchen facilities to acquire a refreshing beverage. The walk will give me the chance to familiarize myself with the intuitive navigation system.
Can you grab us a cup too?
Certainly, Jones. It will be my pleasure. And as good a reason as any to practice using the intuitive inventory system. I'll be on my way now, just as soon as I choose to exit this chair. It's Wales' own son, Sub-Lieutenant Jones. If I do that, I'll have to go on a course. Sub-Lieutenant Jones!
Aye, boyo?
How do you take your tea? Milk? Sugar? Lukewarm?
Just in a cup would be lovely, thanks.
Can I get you anything else from the kitchen? A biscuit, perhaps?
Oh, I'd love a biscuit. Bring us back a Jaffa cake.
Jaffa cakes aren't biscuits, they're cakes.
How can they be cakes? Look at all the size of them.
Weren't you taught that size isn't important?
It's never been an issue for me, boyo.
Me neither. So how's the family back in old Blighty? Been keeping up with the Joneses?
Mum and Dad are fine, and Harriet's getting ready to go to uni in Swansea.
Fantastic! What's she studying?
3D computer animation.
Oh! Well, that's a degree, I guess. Don't mind me. The humble tray table. Best stow this for now. I would do well to study these closely in case of an emergency, like we're stranded immobile in space. I'll have to take a closer look at these safety instructions for peace of puzzle. I mean mind. Peace of mind. Why, the humble paperclip, a staple of any adventure gamer's inventory. Now, to find the kitchen. If memory serves me correct, it's just down this corridor, beyond the fourth wall. Now, let's see. It's an informative map displaying the many high-definition areas aboard Her Majesty's spaceship Imperialize. It's a map of the ship, lest we forget where everything is 7 months into the mission. Of course, it lacks the precision of a mouse and keyboard.
Aren't you supposed to be going to the kitchen, boyo? You won't find anything fit for human consumption in there.
It's for my Rosie Lee. Sorry, Cockney crockery. It's Alad's mug, isn't it? Why, it's packed to the rafters with mild English cheddar. There's a seemingly unlimited supply of mild English cheddar cheese. Plenty to share. Mild green washing up liquid. I am feeling rather peckish.
啊！你個死英國佬，我鎖開你隻手咯
That settled it. I'm going gluten-free when I get back to Old Blighty. Cup of cha? It really takes the misery out of making tea. Of course, the downside of having a sentient being responsible for making the tea is that every so often it forgets how much milk to add. There appears to be something stuck in the drive. Let's see if prodding this around fixes anything. Aha! 1.44 megabytes of virgin digital space. Best stop before I start to lose my gains, brah.
Any danger of making that tea, boyo?
Awfully sorry for the delay.
Never mind, boyo. How did you manage to carry it in there without spilling any?
Well, I've just been very careful. Ever since that whole Deepwater Horizon incident.
I don't really have anywhere to set this. You won't take over the controls from it until I finish. Wouldn't want to spill anything over these expensive electronics.
But of course, Why, if such a thing were to happen, we'd have a real puzzle on our hands.
Just go easy. Keep it steady.
Yes. Okay, right.
Flight safe mode
okay.
disabled.
Didn't expect that. Yeah, right.
Opening rear cargo doors.
Careful, boyo. Keep it steady.
Life support systems offline. Primary starboard fuel cell
no.
jettisoned. Venting reserve oxygen supply. Commencing cabin depressurization. Daisy.
Give me your answer.
Holy cow! Ah! Look what you've done! I told you to keep it steady.
Good heavens! What a waste of perfectly good tea.
I think we should be more concerned about the irreparable damage done to the ship's steering system. Both problems, by the way, are your fault.
Look, obviously, the controls weren't calibrated to account for my superior strength. They were more sensitive than a pubescent poet. Regardless, we'll have plenty of time to argue about this now that we're stranded. Unless, of course, we can replace the controls with something else.
When you say we...
I mean the royal we. I'll sort this out. Don't move. I don't want you dribbling on anything else. Honestly, you're worse than the elderly. Sub-Lieutenant Jones,
Aye, boyo?
would you like me to go find you a towel to dry off?
No rush, boyo. I'm enjoying this warm, moist sensation. Reminds me of simpler times huddled in my mother's womb.
Gosh, I can hardly remember what I was doing 5 minutes ago, let alone during my embryonic youth.
Well, it was a lot longer ago for you, boyo.
Hey, I'm still down with the kids. Chillax Holmes. Me and my crew keeping it radical, man.
OMG, feel totes orky for you.
Surely it would take more than a splash of Earl Grey to halt this ship. The zenith of British aeronautical engineering.
You could always give the control column a quick alternating input along the x-axis, just to ascertain if it is indeed no longer functional.
You mean jiggle the joystick left and right?
Isn't that what I said?
Your sister's studying in Swansea. Been down recently?
Not to visit her. A few of us went camping around the Gower though. It's lovely the further out of the city you go.
Yes. The further the better. Don't mind me. It appears to be stuck. With great power comes great responsibility. It might fit Allard's dainty hand. I've a bit more girth. Of course, it lacks the precision of a mouse and keyboard. Greatly improves one's cognitive functions. Don't take my word for it. Ask science.
Have you found something to replace the controls you broke yet?
Here, plug this in. See if it works.
No joy, boyo.
What? Isn't it supposed to be plug and play?
No, boyo. You'll have to install the drivers first.
Well, can't you just download them in here?
The Wi-Fi can't reach this part of the ship. Try getting online in one of the other rooms. See if you can download the drivers onto something and bring it here.
I suppose you'll just be sitting here in the meantime.
That's how the genre works, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if it is broke, well, it's probably a tedious puzzle to fix it.
Sub-Lieutenant Jones!
Aye, boyo?
Don't mind me. That leads out of the cockpit. .44 megabytes of virgin digital space. I should be able to get online here. Now, to download this driver. I just need to connect to the internet first. Bingo! Found it! Now I just need to save it onto something so I can install it in the cockpit. Very odd. It won't let me save onto the disk. I can't seem to save onto it for some reason. I've downloaded the driver I need. Now I just need to save it onto something so I can install it in the cockpit. I can't seem to save onto it for some reason. Fantastic. Now to quickly copy this driver. Whoa! Oh, sorry. Oh, gosh, is that the time? It'll be starting to get dark outside. Best check up on Allard and see if he's dried off. It's remarkable how much information can be stored on something so compact. Sub-Lieutenant Jones! Sub-Lieutenant Jones! Allard! Wake up! Wake up, Allard! Oh, this is useless. He'll be out for hours unless I can think of another way to wake him up.
What's going on? What are you playing at, boyo?
I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. It felt like someone else was in control of my inhibitions.
Just give me the driver so we can GTFO.
GTFO?
Get things functioning and online. You need to swat up in your acronyms. FFS. For future scenarios.
Sub-Lieutenant Jones!
Aye, boyo?
Don't mind me. Here, install this, and we should be underway again.
You could have used my USB pen, you know.
What? Is that another one of your acronyms I'm supposed to know?
What? Universal Serial Bus?
Ha! Serial bus. I know you're just making that one up.
Well, boyo, I've got some good news and some bad news. Which one do you want first?
Give me the grim, demoralizing reality first, then ensure I quickly forget its severity with a light-hearted human interest tale, preferably involving a cat and a musical instrument.
Alright, boyo. Well, the bad news is that before this driver will work, one of us is going to have to descend into the dark depths of the ship to perform the emergency systems reset procedure.
You mean turn everything off and on again?
Yes, but the good news is it's a one-person job, so only one of us will have to do it.
Presumably I'll be the one doing the legwork, as usual.
Well, if you want, we could make it seem like you had a choice in the matter. Here, we'll flip for it. Heads or tails?
Tails never fails.
It's heads.
Blast. I can't help but feel that somehow that was always going to happen.
What fates impose that men must needs abide, it boots not to resist both wind and tide.
Gosh, the writing on this voyage just stepped up a level. That was borderline Shakespeare.
Aye, borderline.
Right, I'm off. Sub-Lieutenant Jones.
Aye, boyo?
I'm just going outside, and maybe sometime. Any parting thoughts?
You couldn't hurry it up a bit, boyo. I'm getting bored looking at the same old view.
Bored? Looking at the infinite majesty and wonder of the stars.
I meant looking at you.
For the most part, I think things have been going quite well so far, don't you?
I guess our ship hasn't been ripped apart by a cloud of space debris travelling at an unavoidable velocity, catapulting us into the abyss of space, causing us to float aimlessly until our inevitable oxygen-starved deaths.
That's the spirit. Are you sure there's nothing else we can do in here to get things moving?
Continually talking to me is certainly keeping you from moving.
I do enjoy our little chats. I go, look how I go, faster than an arrow from Cupid's bow.
I doubt continually quoting Shakespeare verbatim will improve things enough to get us that Writers Guild nomination.
There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so.
All that glisters isn't gold, boyo.
In a bygone era, we could have just stuffed a child down there to sort this out. That's why we voted out of the EU. To get back to the good old days. I can't use these two together. I doubt combining these two will prove to be particularly useful. I haven't been up here long, and already I think I've started to lose muscle density. In a bygone era, we could have just stuffed a child down there to sort this out. That's why we voted out of the EU. To get back to the good old days. Triple action. Removes grease, fights odors, preserves one's dignity while attempting to squeeze through a narrow opening. The Holy Trinity. If you want a job done around here, you've got to do it yourself. Whilst that did smell like a spring breeze, it did chafe a turd. I'd better go carb-free when we go back to old Blighty. I'm sure this'll come in, wait for it, handy, eh? Yes. That leads into the laboratory. If you could bottle it, you'd make a fortune. There's no place like home. It doesn't appear to be working. I'm sure there's a more practical use for this. No matter how bad things are going, I find it helps to put a positive spin on things. Warmth that you simply don't get with digital, especially if you burn the sleeve as well. It isn't great for the environment. Replacement ribbons are... The box is sealed shut. Why? Property of Irvin Schrödinger. We'll agree to disagree about that. Preserved thanks to the tireless efforts of hipsters from all corners of Shoreditch. There's nothing on the turntable. It's part of the laboratory equipment that I'm not sure what happened to him. No one's seen him for weeks. Not to worry, I'm sure he'll turn up. It's part of the laboratory equipment the biologist we were supposed to have on board brought. We made that mistake once before. I said to the boys on our rugby tour of the Netherlands back in '87, I'm not touching that without adequate protection. Voila! That should significantly reduce the risk of death by electrocution. This should do the trick. No, that's, yes, right. Oops, we ever so clumsy. Ah well, no harm done. Let's check back with Allard and see if that's sorted everything. Down here is starting to give me the creeps. I see Allard's activated the autopilot and skived off. Surely, the writers could try and plagiarize a wider variety of sources. I'm sorry, I don't believe we've met. I'm Frank, but please, call me Captain English.
Welcome.
Captain English.
How may I be of assistance?
So, how's everything going? Are we on track to be finished by tea?
ETA to waypoint, Tango Echo Alpha, calculating. Cannot define. Please refer to string length idiom for more details.
So, how long have you been an autopilot?
Calculating. Error. You do not have permission to access this data.
I don't suppose there's a Mr. Autopilot, perchance?
Compiler error. Incompatible types. Access denied.
I think I'll log off.
It is now safe to be removed.
I see the autopilot's working, unlike Sub-Lieutenant Jones. It's Wales' own son, Sub-Lieutenant Jones. If I do that, I'll have to go on a course. Sub-Lieutenant Jones!
Aye, boyo?
What is it you're tinkering with there, Jones? That isn't our reconnaissance rover you're disassembling, is it?
Well, but, funny story. While you were downstairs attending to that very complicated, laborious task, flicking that switch on and off, I've been running a variety of pre-mission calibration tests on the Beagle 2-2.
I presume that's why the floor's covered with bits of toy Hot Wheels track.
Firstly, the fact that this modular vehicular pathway simulation system happens to be mass-produced and branded as a children's toy is irrelevant. And secondly, yes.
That's all well and good, Sub-Lieutenant Jones. However, if I recall correctly, we were specifically advised that the Beagle 2-2 tended to function significantly better when its complicated array of electronics and mechanical components were positioned inside its aluminium housing.
Look, I just have to make a few minor repairs. During a centrifugal force resistance simulation, the rover proved exceedingly resistant.
So it flew off the loop bit.
That would be a valid interpretation of events, yes.
Sounds like I'm going to be required to go on some kind of scavenger hunt. What do you need?
To get the rover going again?
For the time being, that's all I feel I'm obligated to offer, yes.
I think the rigorous nature of the, test may have burned out the main motor.
I see. So, I'll have to find something to create some sort of electromagnet that'll revolve when a current is passed through it. I'll have to fashion a pulley system of sorts to drive power to the wheels. Something with a taut elastic band should do the trick, like an alluring undergarment. Now, if I was to remove the elastic...
Alternatively, Bert, you could just always grab me a spare.
I see one. They're gonna talk to me?
We've got a cupboard full of them.
Who's driving the boat?
Nobody. We're tied. I turned the autopilot on.
She was only installed a week ago and...
Okay. Okay, Stephen.
Already her standards are slipping.
Okay.
I don't suppose you noticed anything out of the ordinary earlier when I was performing that emergency systems reset procedure. Specifically immediately once the power came back on.
No. Why, should I have?
Well, I don't know. Probably not. Forget I mentioned it. Be sure to put your toys away when you're done.
Yeah, Stephen. Did he? Okay. What do you want me to do? You want me to block him or unfriend him? Okay, yeah. Okay, Steven, I blocked him. You're welcome.
I like the chap, but not in that way. Sub-Lieutenant Jones!
Aye, boyo?
Be sure to put your toys away when you're done. Unfortunately, dairy is one of 3 things Sub-Lieutenant Jones is allergic to. The other 2 being early starts and manual labor. It's Aled, the Lewis to my Morse. That sort of stuff isn't tolerated in the workplace. Sub-Lieutenant Jones!
Aye, boyo?
Who's driving the boat?
Nobody. We're tied.
She was I don't suppose you noticed anything out of the ordinary earlier when I was performing that emergency.
No.
Well, I don't know. Probably. Be sure to put your toys away when you're done. the rafters with mild English cheddar.
I just got a new game. Oh, my dad got me this new game. It came out a long time ago. Yes, Stephen?
I think it would be best if I did.
Yes, Stephen? Tiny Toons? Nah.
Something else with this. Best stop before I start to lose my gains, brah. If I do that, I'll have to go on a course. Sub-Lieutenant Jones!
Aye, boyo?
Be sure to put your toys away when you're done.
Yes, Stephen? I don't know him.
It would be terribly brutish for one to resort to force to open this door. I'm sure I'll be able to find a solution, lest I become unhinged. I don't believe the isolation of space has forced me to talk to the furniture just yet. Once more onto the breach we go. biggest floor filler since concrete. It's not the worst idea I've ever heard. I remember when they talked about keeping BBC Three. I don't think they'd get along.
Ja, Simon? Steven, you're funny.
Presumably the manufacturer opted for shards of metal as opposed to goose down. I like the chap, but... Sub-Lieutenant Jones!
Aye, boyo?
I don't suppose you noticed anything out of the ordinary earlier when I was performing that emergency systems reset procedure. Specifically immediately once the power came back on.
No. Why, should I have?
Well, I don't know. Probably not. Forget I mentioned it. Be sure to put your toys away when you're done. I fear we may need to curtail this imaginative thinking. I'm sure there's another more rational use for this. I can't use these two together. Ah, I see Allard's activated the autopilot and skived off. I think I'll log off.
It is now safe to be removed.
Let's check back with Allard and see if that sorted everything. That sort of stuff isn't tolerated in the workplace. Sub-Lieutenant Jones!
Aye, boyo?
Who's driving the boat?
Nobody. We're tied.
Who's driving the boat?
Nobody. We're tied.
I don't suppose you noticed anything out of the ordinary earlier when I was performing that emergency systems reset procedure. Specifically immediately once the power came back on.
No. Why, should I have?
Well, I don't know. Probably not. Forget I mentioned it. Be sure to put your toys away. It's Aled, the grommet to my Wallace.